Thanks for checking out another one of our videos on our YouTube channel. I haven't looked lately, but we got 700 something videos on YouTube as of fall of 2021. And this is going to be a kind of an overview video of this particular unit. This is a Kencove EK13. It's made by Agritronics, who makes the Power Wizard brand. Kencove doesn't actually make this model. It's just a private label deal that they have. But this is a 13 output joule unit. It's also remote control capable unit. It's not too bad. It's a decent charger for the money. So if you got one of these you want us to take a look at, or any other brand or model of style, age, whatever, send it on in here to us. We'll be happy to take a look at it. We do give free quotes. And we work on all brands and ages. We also work on the cattle scales and load bars for weighing livestock and whatever else you want to use it to weigh. But it's a pretty good unit, 13 joule unit. They do make like a 24 joule, a 9 joule, and a 6 joule unit of this kind of style as well. The older model is called the KF13000. It's the same thing as this, basically. This is blue colored case. The old one before this was a red colored case. Let me plug it in here. It's a 110 120 volt unit. So it goes right, clicking right along, flashing right along there. So we'll go ahead and pull this cover off real quick. What I like about these is they're not super expensive. These are probably a $350 unit, give or take, maybe $400, I don't know, unit. So they are not cheap, but for 13 joules with remote control, that's pretty good deal. Because any other brand that uses remote controls that's in its joule capacity, like Speedrite 12,000 eyes, like $800 or whatever. The Gallagher MB 1800 I is probably 1,000 give or take. So for 450 give or take, 350 give or take dollars with a remote control, and it carries a 2 or 3 year warranty, not bad deal. They're not the greatest. Like, you're probably not gonna get 10 years out of it, but you'll get 5+ easily. Unless lightning gets a hold of it and it's gonna crap out randomly. But this is the inside of it. It's got your main capacitor in here. It's a 50 microfarad capacitor. There's your transformer. There's this is your, I don't know, it's called main power board. I call this a logic board. I don't know if that's what they call it or not, but it's the smarts of the thing. It's what does remote control stuff. Talks to the remote control out here, and then when you turn the remote control off or whatever, or use it to turn the fence charger off, this board tells this board to shut off. That way it doesn't keep trying to click and run. And it also acts as a lightning protection board. It has some lightning protection stuff on there as well, so it's kind of a 2-in-1 board. Pretty nice little setup. It's modulated. Everything's all separated, so it's not too hard to work on once you know how to test things and go through the unit. They're not too bad. Capacitors, pretty rare to go bad. The older versions were not as good a capacitor, but they use those blue ones like Speedrite and Gallagher and Cyclops use those blue ones. Those seem to be the cream of the crop when it comes to reliability, those blue ones. The metal ones that like Parmak use are pretty good. They don't go bad too often unless they get 20+ years of age on them. Then they'll have some problems, but typically they seem like they run a long time without much trouble. So yeah, I like working on them. We get them in occasionally here and there. Like I said, Kencove does not make this unit. This is made by somebody else. This was Kencove's name on it. It's a blue case versus black, like the Power Wizard units are. Power Wizard, I can't, PW 13,000 XRC or XCR. I think it's XRC. is the equivalent to this one, just with a black case and a different sticker. But yeah, pretty good unit. Pretty reliable for the most part. They don't really have too many quirky issues unless lightning gets a hold of them, or they get a little age on them. Like this one is a how old is this thing? Let's see. Turn it off for a second. The MFG number or code. This one says 0317. So March of 2017 is when it was built. So let's check the voltage on it. Alright, tighten that knob up. That bolt's loose. That one's pretty tight. Alright, get my fence tester out here. Supposed to get a high and low power switch on the front. Now it must have been a low power or half power or whatever, but you can see it's putting out just about 8,000 volts on full power. And if you switch this to half power, see it's not quite as loud, and putting out about 5.5. That's kilovolts, so 5.5 kV. So now, while I got it open, let's do a little spark jump. We'll just go right down. Inside there's like a little spark gap right here, like a lightning diverter type thing. I'm going to touch one terminal and get really close to the other one and see what kind of spark it throws. So, got a nice pop to it. 13 joules is pretty stout. Let's get this nut back in here. Hold on. I didn't realize that was loose, so I never took the knobs off. I just tested it on the inside so we got it going and never bothered to take the knobs off. But there's a, pull this big flat washer out, and then there's a nut right here. We just have to take a pair of pliers of some sort. Give me a second. And then we'll grab that. I'm just going to give it a few turns until it tightens up. Get on there. There we go. Okay, nice and tight. Alright, well that's basically it. I mean, we're going to put it back together. I got it boxed up, ship it back to the customer, so that way they can go back to using it again. So again, I appreciate you checking out our video. If you have friends or neighbors or a local feed store that sell fence chargers or use them, you know, they got some broken ones sitting in their barn that they've been hoarding for the last 10 years or whatever, you know, that they broke and just kind of set to the side and bought a new one. Send me the old one. Let me fix your old one for you and have a good spare backup. Some of the old ones are pretty darn good. Yeah, see, manufacturer code 0317. That's March of 17 was when it was built. Alright, well, check us out on other videos on YouTube. Just type in a particular make and model. There's a video out there of some sort on there that we put out. Like I said, we've got over 700 videos on YouTube. So if there's a brand, make, and model, I'm sure we've got a video on it. Maybe not, but I'm pretty certain we've got something out there about it. So until next time, we'll see you guys later on. Have a good day.